On to China now, where Beijing is desperately trying to ignite another conflict, a war over Taiwan. Yesterday, the Chinese military dispatched more warplanes and ships. It was in response to another American delegation visiting Taiwan, and today Beijing announced sanctions on 7 Taiwanese citizens. These are lawmakers and government officials. Among them is Taiwan's ambassador to the US, Xiao Bai-him. Also, the Secretary General of Taiwan's National Security Council, Wellington Koo. China calls them dangerous separatists. The sanctions were announced in a broadcast by the Chinese state mouthpiece CCTV.
A spokesperson of the Taiwan Work Office of the Communist Party of China Central Committee on Tuesday announced sanctions on the listed Taiwan independence diehards. The spokesperson said that actions seeking Taiwan independence constitute the biggest obstacle to China's reunification and a grave danger to the national rejuvenation.
What do these sanctions entail? Officials from Taiwan will not be able to travel to China anymore. Companies linked to these officials will find it hard to operate in China, and that's all. So basically, the sanctions are mostly symbolic, but they feed a narrative in China. Remember, China sees Taiwan as a breakaway province. It threatens to use force to retake Taiwan. So for Beijing, this crisis is an opportunity, and Xi Jinping is leveraging it. He is painting these American visits as a challenge to China's sovereignty. He has mobilized the entire state machinery to push this narrative. Every day, Beijing threatens democratically elected leaders of Taiwan. Listen to the latest.
China has taken firm measures to safeguard national sovereignty and territorial integrity, which will be felt by the separatist forces of Taiwan independence.
China's sovereignty is under threat. Taiwanese leaders are separatists, and the constant vows to crush Taiwan. China is not deviating from its message. But why the constant reminders? Is there another reason behind China's military response? Is the threat to take Taiwan by force a way to distract from the problems at home? Because there are a lot of problems. The Wuhan virus refuses to go away, zero COVID notwithstanding. The Chinese economy is in crisis, and now they have to deal with a drought. All of this is threatening the Communist Party's grip on power. Take the Wuhan virus, for instance. The cases continue to rise. Zero COVID has had zero success. I want to show you some pictures. They're from Shanghai, an IKEA store in Shanghai. Do you know what's happening here? Health officials tried to lock the store with shoppers inside. Why? Because they suspected there were COVID patients in the store, COVID positive patients. So they locked up everyone. The shoppers tried to escape. They tried to overpower the security. It was complete chaos. You have to look at this. These pictures should scare Beijing. This is what dissent looks like. These people are angry with the Chinese government and its policies. They're also angry about the state of the economy. Thousands of home buyers have boycotted their mortgages in China. Experts say the Chinese economy is in a quote-unquote desperate situation. Even China's central bank has admitted to the problem. They admit that there's a crisis. Yesterday, they cut interest rates to encourage more people to take loans. You heard that right. I'll put it in context. In recent months, reserve banks of over 40 countries have raised interest rates. 40 countries. Why? Because they're trying to control inflation. They want to restrict economic activities, so they have raised interest rates to curtail borrowing. But China is going in the opposite direction. It wants people to borrow more money because China is already believed to be in a recession. The Chinese economy is shrinking. The country's longest river, the Yangtze, is also shrinking thanks to a drought in China. Over 1 million people are affected. They don't have water. The Jiangxi province is the worst hit. 83 counties and 11 cities in this province desperately need water. More than 140,000 hectares of crops have been damaged. There is no water to irrigate these farms. These are all problems that the Chinese state is failing to solve. So what do? Push a nationalistic cause to distract people and rally support. The military escalation in Taiwan is the perfect smokescreen. The problem is, military escalations are a tricky proposition. Sometimes they have unintended consequences, like war. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.